Hi everyone, this is a continuation from the part 1 of the video that we did earlier on, how to complete the fee waiver application. Okay, and we are on this page here, so we're going to click on this green button here that says apply now, so we can start the application on the fee waiver request. So I'm going to click now apply, and this is how it goes here. So it asks, are you currently in the UK? So I am going to say yes and save and continue. So if you have to complete this on your own and you have no immigration advisor, then it says, do you have an immigration advisor based in the UK? If you don't, if you're doing this on your own, then you click no. And then you register an email address and you create your password. Now, this is where you create your account. So make sure that it's the email address that you use regularly, and it's also a password that you can remember, so that when you log in later on, because sometimes you can't finish the application in one sitting, you have to go back and maybe change the answers to the application form, then make sure that you have your email address and the password easily remembered, maybe record it at some place that no one knows. Okay, so you have to make sure that it's a private password that no one can easily identify. So for this purpose, I am just going to use my personal email, okay, and I'm going to create my password, and I'm going to save continue. Okay, so if you recall, I am completing this on behalf of me. So this is just a dummy application. So I'm answering questions on a fictional situation here, okay? So I'm not using anybody's details. So it's me, I'm pretending that I want to apply for a fee waiver application. So I am going to say I am a partner. I'm trying to choose which one I'm going to go for. So as a parent. Okay, I'm gonna go for as a parent, okay? As a parent. But essentially, it'll be the same as, if you're a partner. Okay, so I would say, have you previously been refused asylum and then been granted less than 4 years exceptional leave? I would say no. So I'm going to say continue. And then it says basis of your request. So you can qualify for a fee waiver for one of the following reasons. Select the reason you qualify. Because I'm destitute, because I do not have adequate accommodation or any means of getting it. I have adequate accommodation or the means of getting it, but I cannot meet my other essential living needs. So other essential living needs may be things like, bills, council tax, your gas, electricity. And then it says, I'm not destitute, but I would become destitute if I paid for my application and or the application of any of my dependents. So I'm assuming with this third category, it asks whether or not what would happen if you pay for the fee. So you can say, well, I've got everything I need. I have adequate accommodation. I can pay that. I can pay my essential living needs. But after that, then I won't have any money to pay for like next month's rent, let's say, or next month's food. And especially if you don't have any job, you can say, I haven't got any job, so I don't know where I'm going to get my money next month. I have this money, but I have to use this to apply for my visa. And therefore, I am going to be destitute if I use this money to pay for the home office fees. I think I'm assuming this is what it means. Okay. Number 4, I am not destitute and would not become destitute if I paid the application fee. But I have exceptional financial circumstances, meaning I am unable to pay the fee. Okay, so 4 level, isn't it? It's 4 level. One is you're clearly destitute. You don't have any accommodation, and you don't know where you're going to get the money. You're basically homeless. Okay, this one, you're not homeless. You are able to have access to, accommodation, but That's it, but you can't meet your other essential living needs, okay? So you may not be able to pay for food, pay for the bills and so on. And then this one, you're not destitute, but you'd become destitute if you pay for the fees, all right? But this one, you're not destitute, would not become destitute, but you have exceptional financial circumstances, say here, meaning I am unable to pay the fee, meaning, you know, you basically don't have any money to pay for the fee because the fee is so expensive. Or maybe this one, if you have some money, but it doesn't actually pay for all of the dependents. So if you're, let's say, if you're the applicant and you have 3 other children, dependents that you need to include, or it may be your husband as well, or the husband is the one, the applicant, and the wife, you can't, and the husband can't pay for the wife and 2 children, or similar situation like that. Okay. And here, it says here, I don't understand the term destitute and essential living means. So it says, go back to the guidance. Okay. So here I'm going to say, let's see, I'm just going to assume I'm not destitute, but I would become destitute if I paid for my own application. Okay. Okay, I'm going to tick the 3rd box and see where that will take me. Okay, so then I will continue. Okay, if I have to go back, oh, wait a minute. I wanted to go back. But if I wanted to go back, you can go back and see, answer questions. Oh, okay. But essentially, you can go back here. You can go back, and then you can change your answers. Okay. But now I'm going to continue, and I don't have any dependent. So if I have a child, I don't have any dependent. So I'm just going to include my name here. Okay. So I will show you. So enter your name, the current passport. So you have to refer to your passport. You can't just enter any name. It has to be the same as the one in the passport. So I'm going to be saying, let's say Miss. Okay. And then save. And then it asks, in addition to the names already provided, are you now or have you ever been known by another name? I'll put no. And then gender and relationship status. Okay, so I'm going to pretend here, so I'm female, and then I'm going to pretend here that I am a single mom, okay? So, or I would say separated. And then, and I'm going to use Philippines as my country of nationality. And then again, Philippines. And then my place of birth, I don't make it up. So it's actually Cebu. So Cebu. And then for this one, I can't show it to you. So I'm gonna post this. So, okay, so do you have a valid passport? So I would say yes. And then passport number, I'm just going to use one of these passport numbers here, okay? That's already saved on my computer. And then I would say PE London, and then issue date would be, I don't know, 2012 02 20 2019, let's say. And then 11/02 2029, yeah, let's say it's 10 years. I can provide, yes, I have to tick that one. And identity card, no, I don't have any identity card. I'm going to tick no. Home office reference number. Do I tick yes? I would tick no. So sometimes it says only if you know it. If you don't know it, so see, don't fret on these questions. It says if you have previously made an application to remain in the UK, you can find reference numbers on the letters. If not known, select no. So I don't know at the moment, so I'm just gonna tick no. And then national insurance number, we would need national insurance number. It's gonna insert one of these national insurance number here. And then you click save. And then biometric. Have you ever had a biometric residence permit? I'm assuming you have, so I'm gonna tick yes as well. And then it will ask details about the biometric. Are you able to provide a biometric residence card with this application? So you put yes, and then you put the number. Again, I have the numbers already details there, so this is quite good, isn't it? I don't have to make it things up, it's just there. So I'm going to put my number, which is the office number. So, and then the address is also the address. And then we'll see 165 the Broadway, which is my office number. And then, is this where you are currently living? We'd say yes. And then accommodation details. Now here it's asked about, so this is where the important details will need to be included, because they're now starting to ask about your accommodation, okay? So you have to put the address in. So it's asking, do you own or rent where you are staying? So if you own, if you own it, then you will need to show that you have your mortgage. If you're renting it, then you need to show you have tenancy agreement. If you are just living with family and friends, then you put neither own nor rent. So I'm gonna tick that one and see where that takes me, okay? So neither own or rent. Okay, so who provides you with accommodation? So I would say a friend. So it has all these details here. So is it with your parents? Is it a friend? Is it a relative? Is it a refuge? Is it a local authority? Is it a registered charity, or is it other? Okay, so I'm going to say friend. Do you pay for your accommodation costs or contribute towards them? Then I'm going to say I contribute. We don't know how much. Let's say I contribute, let's say 600. Let's say 500. Okay, I'm assuming it's 500. And then enter the numbers of rooms in the place where you are living. Let's say they have 3 bedrooms and they have 1 other room. And how many people? Let's say 5 people live at that address. No, again, I'm just making this up, okay? I'm just making it up because I want to see what the questions are. And so that when you enter into this application, you can see clearly what the Home Office wants to learn about your application. So you know what sort of questions they're asking so that you're ready for your application. And you can do this yourself. Definitely you can. So will you be homeless shortly? Okay. So I think, what did I say on my application? Did I say might be homeless? I would say no. Okay. I'm just going to say no. So we don't want my life to be very dramatic. So have you lived anywhere else in the UK in the last 5 years? So if you lived anywhere else in the last 5 years, then you need to enter all these details. So I'm just going to tick no for now. Otherwise, if you tick yes, if it's the case that you moved address for so many, for every year that you were in the UK, then you need to tick yes, and then you need to insert all those addresses. Tick no, so I don't get asked about the address. And then it also asks whether or not you have disability or health issue. Now, if you are unwell and you, I don't know, suffer from medical condition, then this is where you need to insert those details. So do you have disability or health issue? And you can click yes. For me, I'll say no, okay? Do any family members on whom you are dependent have a disability or health issue? So do you have any, the family members? So let's say if you're dependent on like a husband, does he have a disability or health issue? Okay, so that's the question there. Family members on whom you are dependent. If you're depending on somebody and it's asked, do they have disability or health issue? Then you tick yes. So for me, I'll say no. So this is just for, so I know what sort of questions they're asking. So do any family members who depend on you have a disability? So I'm just going to say no. Okay. And then employment, it asks about my employment. Are you currently working? Let's say I'm going to say no. Do you have confirmed offer employment? No. Let's say no. And then public funds. Have you received any public funds in the UK? Do I say yes to this one? Let's say yes. And they will say, the child has child benefit. Okay. So I'm going to say, oh, it doesn't even include here the child benefit. Not that one. So you don't. So child benefit. Oh, here it is. Child benefit. So if you are in receipt in any of these benefits, then you need to tick them. that tick that applies. I think that's all I'm going to tick, okay? And any other public types of benefits. Confirm you'll provide, okay, I'm going to provide. It says here, look, this is the document that you will need. It says documents to show the public funds I or anyone else who is part of this application received any time during the 12-month period prior to the date of my application. For example, this can include bank statements or letters. So you need to pay attention to that, okay? So if you are going to say you have claimed the benefits, then you need to tick any of these that apply, and then provide documents that shows you received it during the 12-month period. And this can be in the bank statement. So the bank statement will show that you received money for the benefits, the payment that you received from the government. So click, tick, and then details of child benefit. So I'll say weekly. I can't remember. Is it £84 or something like that? Oh no, monthly. And then when did you start? Let's say, let's just make dates up. Oh no, let's say 606 and then 2018. And then I still receive it like that. Okay, any other child benefit? Did you receive? No. So we click no on that one. And then this is another one. You see, essential living needs support. So this is the question that then needs to be answered. Does a local authority provide for your essential living needs? I'm going to say no. Do your parents provide for your essential living needs? No. Do any other family members or friends provide for your essential living needs, such as food? Oh, let me take on that one, yes. Give details about who supports. Okay, so that you would know what it asks. So if you say yes, give details about who supports you, what form of support takes, and how often you receive it. Let's say food. Let's say, I get rice. I don't know, 10 kilos let's say every 2 weeks, something like that. It says what form of support. So vouchers, food. So I say rice, 10 kilos a week. Are there any family members or friends able to continue supporting you? We're just going to say, okay, let's say yes. Actually, if you say yes, then they expect you to just ask for that support from a friend. So we'll put no. I will say, due to COVID-19, my friend no longer can afford to support us. Okay. All right. So then, next question: are you currently receiving financial support from anyone? Let me think of this one. Do I say yes? Do I say no? I'll say no. Okay. And then this one, bank building society account. You need to give them your bank. Do you have any? Of course, you have a bank account. Yes. And then it asks about the bank details. So, oh my goodness. So let's say Santander. And then, oh, so that'll be like 547123456 something like that. This is account. Yeah, that's account held in the UK. Yes. Do you have any other bank account? No. We don't want them to ask you a lot of questions about bank details. And then it asks about assets. Okay, so they're asking all this because they want to assess whether or not you have a lot of money, so they can check. Do you currently own assets? And I'm going to say no, because obviously if I have assets, then I wouldn't be asking them for fee waiver, right? I'll just sell my property. Non-applying partner spout details. Do you have? Yes. So we'll say I have. Oh, I wonder if you say no because you're separated. Idea. You say no. So I'm separated. So that means other people who depend on you who will not be part of your leave to remain application. So this is where if you have other people who depend on you but they don't need to apply for, I'll say no because I don't have anyone depending on me and don't need to be included in the application. So here it says check your answers, okay? So review your answers thoroughly. And then if you need to change it, then here it says you can change. So you tick on that one and it takes you back to this question where you can change it. Okay. And then show and edit answers. Okay. Here. So it's for every question you have a chance to actually change it. So it's nothing is final. Now the next one application will be the finances. So here, okay, it's all here. And now I'm going to continue. And then it's going to go on to the finances. Okay. So continue. See, this is why this is very important, my total household income. Now, I tell you what, it's going to be the part 3 of this video. So it's cut so that you know the first application, it's all about your details, what your circumstances are. And then the third video is about the finances. And then we'll go through this very, very, very quickly. Okay. Okay, I'll see you soon.